can see the riding on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation. I'ma make mine, so you better go take it. Always, they need a new replacement. Decentralized, can't contain it. We're changing lives, yeah, upgrading. Calling suicide of these older generations. Keep you up and higher. Make all the demons fire. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Keeps you up and higher. Make all the demons quiet. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's not what it looks like. Okay, let's try this again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As one young man said, Mecca Lecca Hi, Mecca Heiny Heiny Ho. Thank you all for coming and joining. We are going to be pushing a little bit closer to 10 o'clock for the show. It's just been having some family things that have been kind of falling like right in that line, like right at that line, like right there. But alas, here we are, and yeah, I'm not like at my breaking point or anything. So first, we'll start off with Kurt24 says, "Congrats to the roast winner." Matter of fact, I may have to pull that joint up. I think I may, just so I can show all. Oh, not you, not you. Why would I pull up your tweeter? It's not your tweeter. Okay, and while we wait for that, so Kurt24 was the first in the house this evening. So, sir, you are owed 2 crisp thumbs up. Congratulations. We got Safe Line Live. What's up, brother? Corn Pop. Good to see you. Scott Deepugnificent. Thank you for coming. It's so funny to see you here, my friend. Boom Thumb Boom Thumb McBangy Hand. Great to see you. Detective Yon Kimbo, great to see you. And I Want to Ride, UAV Hero, Toy Town Inc., which, guys, by the way, Toy Town Inc., okay, let me just say this. So a lot of times I introduce you guys to other content creators and people that come in here and, I say, hey, go follow them. Like, these people have good channels and, blah, blah, blah. Well, Toy Town took that to heart, and he ended up following Christian Grest, which is, one of our kind of, he's a part of our little circle of channels. And today he did a giveaway. And guess what? Toy Town Inc. today won a Streamlight ProTac HLX 1000 lumen rifle torch with 35,000 candela with a laser in that joint, like for quick, like rapid hit fire kind of thing. He's gonna love it. And he was like, man, I always buy like cheap lights, and I'm like, no, you need to be looking at least 10 to 20% of the cost of your reflay for a torch. Like, that's just the way it goes. Yeah, so congratulations, man. I'm really glad to hear that. You earned it, and would like to see a lot of the other OGs out there too, man. It's a lot of folks out there making some good content that are giving back to the community. So, which is funny because that's what we're going to discuss today. So happy you're here. BV Luminous, what's up, brother? Dark, I don't know, some guy. I mean, welcome, I guess. Chamber Defense, what's up, man? Good to see you. BV Lumi, did I already say hello, BV Luminous again? What's up, brother? Great to see you. All these channel members, channel members, gotta love the channel members. Y'all are the best. We the best. Double X, what's up, babe? What's up, babe? Opie, what's cracking, fam? Good to see you. Crypto, another channel member, channel member. Knights, custom builds, what's up, bro? Did you win something too? No, or am I tripping? Yeah, man, I don't remember. A bunch of people won a bunch of stuff. Y'all made out like bandits. Too many choices. What's up, man? Too many choices. I was about to say you could take the ear pro, the hearing protection, if you give a reason why 9mm is better than 40. But I had already said somebody else could take it. So I ain't gonna put you through that torture. Joe Morris, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Whoop, and there goes my chat. Just goes. Brrr, I don't want to be behind anymore. So Jeff Crown, channel member, MC. Mickinook, what up? A hit Google. Robert Ribbit Harrison, what up? What up? Savinity, what up? David Lazy. I love how David Lazy always has like lazy comments. He's like, yo, and then like this. I think this is the most extravagant comment I have seen from David Lazy. So I love that. Like a lot of times, like y'all's names for real are like exactly like y'all are, which I guess. Trophy winner Dark. Yes, I did win the trophy. We are gonna review that together today. Congratulations on the roast win. Thank you, man. We're gonna talk about that today too. Cause I mean that's not what the whole thing is about, right? But it's funny. Sport brand, what up? What up, JC Nainer? What up, T for Tejas? What up? T for Tejas got like dreads. That fool's dope, man. I fucks with him. The Armsman. Good evening, sir. Congrats on the first print and roast win. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. That's what's up. That's what's up. Flying Rich, good to see you, my man. Good to see you. And Ultra Mega Flying Rich, this is too funny. MC, I think I said what's up to you. All y'all, man, what's up, man? Good to see you. Ron Wayne, good to see you. Good to see you. Is there enough candelas to make s'mores? Not exactly, but that's an excellent question. John Crump, Live, what's up, man? Good to see you. John Crump, Live. Everybody, make sure you follow John Crump, Live, because John Crump, Live is where you're going to see some great shows. John Crump News is where you're going to get great information that is like dropping like right out of the ATF agents, like the field offices, like right out of their mouths, and before it touches the floor, blah, John already knows about it, and he's already gotten the memo out. So he's the man. Bahab, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Mekaleka hi, Meka honey ho. Misty, P Tray 8. Dark, I emailed you. I don't think I have the right email. Somebody go ahead and drop my email in chat if you could, so I can get focused. I'm so focused. 3,000 subscribers and a roast win under my belt. All in the same. I know, man. I can't believe it. Right? It's crazy. So about that, you guys have to understand something. Okay, so I actually spent like an hour and a half working on my printer last night. I was working with Rich, and I'm working on this thermistor issue. Okay, and I keep having thermal runaways. Now I'm having thermal runaways closer to like 200 degrees as opposed to like 160. So it's not bad. Now every now and then, like it'll run, right? Like I printed my frame, one of my frames on there. But I think if I was able to like keep running it for a while, get a few different guns out of it, a few different color filaments, like fall in love with it, make something like a mac and cheese or sumac or Big Mac or something like that, and and then threw something together that was just like dope, then I would have got that thermistor fixed within 24 hours, right? But because it was like, I got one color, one filament, I got red, whatever. I just can't print for now. But I got a wall full of P80s, so I'm just going to build those. But those will run out, and my printer will not. Well, provided that it actually works. So I'm going to work on that. So I spent some time finally working on it last night and kind of fiddled with the thermistor and the wires and all that. And it is appearing that I do actually need a new thermistor. So I'm going to ask you guys to donate. I'm just kidding. So I'm going to buy a new thermistor, and they're like $5, $10, something like that. So I'm going to get a new one. Actually, funny enough, PD Ralph did offer to send me one. All jokes aside, I just wanted to like pretend to be a douchebag content creator. Like, oh guys, you won't believe how hard my life is. One video a day. Oh, I need your donations. I like your donations. Um, sorry, it's not funny. It's not funny, man. It reminds me of that video that I saw of that dude that was like, man, before the apocalypse, man, I bought this Z06 Corvette, man. That motherfucker nice, bro. I was out with that joint, man. I was driving around. I got pulled over, man. The nerve of this motherfucking police officer, like, da 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 da. I started talking shit. He was like, man, whatever about the incident, right? It was a racist cop, racist road, racist car, racist fuel in the tank and all that. And he was like, the nerve of the cop, he asked me, like, is this your car? Like, how dare you? Well, no, like they need to know, like, is this your vehicle? Am I going to see your name on the registration and all that? But word, gotcha, Crumpy, you got it. I'm still, either way, I was still doing it. I got you. Um, so he said, before the apocalypse, I bought this Z06 Corvette. I could afford this Z06 Corvette. Now, everything has changed with YouTube. So I was making like, $280,000 a year. Now I'm only making like $40,000 a year. So I need y'all's donations. Oh, thank you for that $500 super chat. Thank you for that $1,000 super chat. Thank you for, and he's just like race baiting and playing like all these identity politic bullshit games. And it's just like, bro, like, what has this world become? What have we fallen into that like we just latch on to these personalities and just, God, it's like nauseating. But anyway, it's actually not why we're here, believe it or not. Jersey Mike's Italian sub. That's what's up. Y'all have Santini's. I fucks with you too, Dark. Thanks, brother. Heath, what up? Trying to remember. Zero F's given. Coop, what up? Matt Matrix, what up? Okay, so what was the other thing I was gonna say? I was gonna say something else before I bring it to the moment. Oh, that's right. The the picture. So I'm going to show you guys the picture. So I got the printer running, and I finally. Okay, I'm not putting in my birthday, man. You're tripping. I'm just gonna have to show you all on the phone, man. I'm not putting all this shit in. Mm-mm. Um, so I got the printer working when I first got it, right? And it was like a magic trick. Like I never thought I would actually have a printer working. Like I'd gone through another one before that just didn't work out well. Anyway, um, I managed to print a frame, and there was a massive layer shift. I actually have it right here. So this grip module non-firearm component had a massive layer shift. I think some of y'all have seen this before, and I was like, let me print it again, right? I didn't even know what it was. So I had Santini's as fire for sure. Jersey boy, hot, yeah. Printed it again, and it came out beautifully. I mean, the inside was super clean, a little rough on the bottom, but that's what you get with rails up, right? And it sat for probably 6 months, did nothing with it, and then come out in PLA, sent me a rail set. Okay. The moment that I got the rail set, boom, 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 throw it in there, assemble that shit, and I took the slide, the JST slide. I actually like battle worn the metal. Like I didn't paint it. I actually like, you know, kind of polished out like the white behind the metal, on like some of the flats and corners, and I thought it looked really good. So that like gray black with the red PLA plus and the suppressor on it, like it looked dope. So at the last moment in the roast, because I actually got a lot of great feedback on the build, it's got a hollow sun on it. It's got a Dark, please show us your terrible bicep tattoos. These tattoos are actually very important to me. So, yeah, but I'm really not going to show you them because those are identifying marks. Like it's stupid. So I put it together and it looked great, right? The print quality is excellent for a beginner, right? I know it. I mean, it could be light years better when I get my settings right. But I'm working with this thermistor and like, oh my god! But someone sent me a set of rails for free. Come on, PLA. Shout out to you, homie. I love you. You're fucking awesome. He's done a bunch for me. And I managed to assemble it and I do some extra work to the slide and throw the can on it, throw the Holosun on it, throw the TLR7, and I propped it up on an A2 grip. And if you guys know PD Ralph, he hates A2 grips. Like there are dudes actually printing A2 grips to throw on their builds that they submit just to troll him. Like it's that bad, right? I also despise A2 grips completely. It's terrible. So this is my first print. I have not gotten my printer back up and running since that moment. Thermistor is still failing, still having thermal runaways, which completely shuts down your printer. And it sat in a box for basically 6 months, or sat on my wall of frames for 6 months doing nothing. And someone sent me the rails for free. Shout out to Come Out and PLA. And then I throw it together, snap a picture on my deck, and then boom, I win the freaking roast, which is crazy. And this is the picture that I submitted. So it's in portrait mode, so it may be a little deceiving with the frame there. It's not that clean. It looks way cleaner in this picture mode, but the obviously A2 grip suppressor with they actually commented on what a great idea it is to black out the serial number of your suppressor. Like, yeah, for sure. So we did that. And it turned out it looks good. It's fire. I can't wait to take it out and put some rounds through it. This is one I haven't fired yet. I just put it together like, you know, pretty recently. But I think that looks fire. Like, I think though I needed this because, and this isn't what this stream is about, y'all. So bear with me. I needed this because once I assembled it and I racked it and broke the trigger, I was like, oh my god! Like I just printed a frame. I printed a Glock. I printed a Glock for like $4. Like this is crazy, right? And then winning the roast and all that, like it's encouraging me to print some more. So I'm finally going to get the thermistor taken care of. I'm finally going to get back up and running to printing. And yeah, I'm going to get some glowy blue filament and get that on and popping. You know what I'm saying? So there's another picture of with the A2 grip in the back. So you can see there are obviously some imperfections in the frame, which there are. I mean, my settings are not exactly on point, yo. So, just bear with me with my old dusty ass deck. But here's one thing. I got the biggest deck in my neighborhood. All my neighbors know how big my deck is. All the wives ask about my deck. I'm just kidding. Got meatloaf from Golden Corral. What? People actually eat the food from Golden Corral? I'm just playing. Oh man, I so wish I could show this. I so wish I could show this. Okay, so sorry guys, I'm sitting here just blabbing my time just goes by so slowly. The time can do so much. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a moment to bring in our esteemed guest for the evening. Let me see here. Okay, so you guys have seen him all over the internet. You've seen him all over 2A podcasts and streams, and he's actually probably one of the most articulate individuals that I've ever met in my life. Let's go ahead and welcome in Dark with D DLD after dark. Oh, 100% it is Rich. No, it is not. You know what it is? It's me switching things up. And what I'm going to do this evening is I'm going to open up the stream. There's been a handful of people that, like, after I stream, they hit me up, they send me emails, they send me, some people have a phone number to contact me. And I won't say it's mine. Dark phone is full dick pic. And I'm a realist, I know. Yeah. Some 223, what up? Just don't start fighting. Yeah, that'd be awkward. So, and they're kind of like, hey, like, love this and that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I would like to discuss this. Like, we talked about a bunch of like, cool shit, but we ignored current events. And sometimes I do. And sometimes I do on purpose because you know what? I can't always talk about how our country is falling apart in front of me. It's kind of no bueno, right? So what I want to do is I want to give an invite out there. I'm not just going to drop the link, all right? Because we've seen how that shit can go down. Dark calling inaudible. I'm coming on it. Oh, Gerchop, you are welcome to come on, brother. I would love you to come on. Just make sure you find a good spot in the cell to get cell service. Here's the deal. You have to email me, okay? And here. That's it. Yeah. So you have to email me. I'm not just gonna send out the link. Oh, willy nilly. If any of the usual suspects want to come on, like if Rich and Crump or anyone else wants to come on, you can absolutely do that. If anybody that's never come on, if you want to come on, you're more than welcome to do that as well. And I would encourage you to. The thing is there's a lot that other people want to discuss that it may not be present on my mind at the time to discuss. So I implore you guys to come on and just have the conversation with me. I had a guest signed up for this evening and rescheduled it to another day. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have an open stream. So let me do this. This stream is now open. It's official because I typed it. So while I give you guys some time here to shoot an email, to put in chat, whatever you want, I want to take a moment to discuss the actual sponsor of this stream. Now, I know you're thinking that like who the sponsor is, that like you probably have even like spoken or interacted with the sponsor, that you maybe even watch the sponsor, that you watch his videos. But there's something that is it's very, very important that we get out there, and I think that it takes all of us to kind of come together and get this message out as much as possible. So I'm kind of being funny, but John Crump, I met you right around the time that Bella got sick, and his niece Bella was diagnosed with cancer, a very, very, very rare form of cancer. And I reached out to him, and we were kind of discussing like coming on each other's shows and whatnot, and invited him to come on. He invited me to come on his show, which we ended up doing. Obviously, we kind of reconnected, and we've been friends since then. But there was a little bit of time that lapsed over, and I remember seeing all these posts on social media, and all the discussions of like things that she was experiencing as her time on this world continued, and she She ended up passing away, and I actually had no idea. And one day I reached out to him just to ask, like, hey, like, how is she? How's she doing? And heard that she passed away from his own mouth, and that shit killed me. And just hearing her story and hearing kind of like who she was, everything that she wanted to give kids that were in similar situations as her, that shit is huge. And it's also kind of funny hearing, her last words to John that he was like, she's basically like in a coma, passing away. And he's like, hey, it's John, it's your favorite uncle. And, she, he gets down like close to her and she says, you're not my favorite uncle, you know. So it sounds like she was a small version of John. But what she asked for was that for little girls, little boys, and kids that are in her position that are going through the most difficult time in their lives with their parents and family and medical staff and with everything going on. Like, a lot of times the details of things like holidays and celebrations are missed, and also with the financial burden that's placed upon those families, it's almost impossible for them to even be able to do things like that. So it's on us to be able to jump in and provide for them and take care of them. So I'm going to share something with you guys. This is bellaswish.org. Okay. Now, if you click on bellaswish.org, it's going to take you to an Amazon landing page, which I'll actually throw that landing page in there as well. So you're going to see that it is a list. It's a list of books, of small goods, like things that like children and parents would need, things like deodorant, wet wipes, toothpaste, a lot of Melissa and Doug toys, like toys that are actually good for kids, like development and learning. Um, oh my God, my daughter has this mermaid. Oh, oh my goodness. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. Man, that's crazy. Um, it just, man, it really hits home when all of a sudden you're not just talking about a kid. You're talking about your child, your daughter, your son, your niece, your nephew, your family member. That's some real shit. So let me pull this up for you guys. I want you to be able to see it. So, Dogman Books Set, it's series 1 through 10. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, these are all excellent books. The things like I mentioned, products like deodorants and wet wipes and, toothpaste and nail polish, things like that. And these toys, like, guys, like 17.95, 10.99. Um, Sorry, somebody just hit me up. All right, so you'll be the first guest then. Um, Toys that are actually good for like kids, like development, right? 10.99, 18.99, 15.99. If you guys could find it in your heart to hop on the link and find something, whether it's something that's $10, $15, $20. Here's what my daughter calls surprise eggs. They're the like little surprise toys. Like they got all the tiny little toys, that are surprises in there. Um, and that's $6.89. Some are 6, 10, 20, 30. If you guys could just contribute one thing, even if it's just toilet paper, some of the you utility, or well, whatever it would be called, like kitchen stuff, right? Like Tide Pods, things that these families need, that would be so, so, so important to me, John, Rich, Joe, we're trying to push this out to encourage you guys to contribute. And I know, right now, like we're dealing with honestly a tough time with inflation, with fuel, with you know a lot of joblessness and a lot of tough shit going on in our world. But if you guys could not, have a coffee for 2 days, make coffee at home for 2 days, I doubt our community goes to Starbucks each day. But you know what I mean? If you guys could find a way to adjust to just contribute something small, I'll commit to contributing something this evening as well. And things aren't exactly going great for me right now, but I want to help. I want to contribute, and I want to know that when I go through and make a purchase, that this is going to be delivered to something that is so important to John, and something that is going to go to a child and or to a family that desperately needs it, that are going through the same thing, right? Their kid or kids, their children, are sick, and they need our help. So let's all come together like we always do as a community and contribute something, even something small. Um, just remember, at the end of every single stream, what do I say? A hand that's open to give is open to receive. So if we could find something small, find something that maybe resonates with you, like seeing one of my daughter's toys up there, because she's 5.5, right? Seeing one of my daughter's toys up there, like in the bath tonight, we were playing with that color changing rainbow Barbie. That adds a whole nother dose of reality onto this shit. So um, I'll absolutely contribute something, and I will ask that you guys also do the same. And we'll come back and revisit this too. So, I wanted to hit this to get this out to you guys. And mods, if you could continue throughout the live stream and just there you go, keep sharing um, that site. That would be awesome. That'd be really helpful. And just know that anything you do give is going to be going to a family in need. And we got a lot of our close people within our community that are struggling with cancer recovery and a lot of other things. But this is gonna help our people too. So and it's gonna help people that you don't know. So if you've ever cared about John Crump, no, I'm just kidding. It'll help John Crump. It'll help the other families out there. It's really important that we get this out. And thank you. I appreciate you guys. And like I said, mods or anybody else, anyone with a wrench, if you can continue sharing this through the show, that'd be awesome. And we'll also go through it in the middle of the show, and we'll also go through it in the end of the show and make sure that we drive some traffic over there. And John, if you are still out there, my brother, please do me a favor and keep me posted. Let me know the progress. Let me know. Yes, they do. Sport brand. Yes, they do. Oh, hell yeah. Spring, the fiber enthusiast. That's awesome. Hell yeah. He was over at Christian Gress live stream, winning stuff. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. No, I'm glad you're here, man. Thank you for coming, and yeah, hang out. Thank you, Sport. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, keep sharing that, and we'll continue the show. And goes to my sister-in-law, and we'll be okay. Hold on. To the Ronald McDonald House. That's why I couldn't think of the name right off the top of my head. I'm sorry if I'm doing a poor job of this, John. I really want to honor Bella, your niece, and yeah, want to contribute to you guys. So thank you. And John Crump reached out and was like, "Look, hey, I want to sponsor the show, and I want to do this." And I was like, "Hell yeah, man! I'll absolutely do this." So we're gonna make sure that we hit this a few times. So go to bellaswish.org, bellaswish.org, and pick one small thing. maybe that $6 OMG Girls ball, maybe the $10 kitty cat, maybe the $15, just something, anything at all is going to make a difference um, you know, to the kids. So thank you. Appreciate you. And thank you, John, for doing this, for kind of keeping us, having an awareness to this kind of stuff. So let's see. Oh, Bella's little sister will deliver the stuff personally with her mom. Oh my God, bro. Damn, that is too heartwarming. Wow. Okay. Let me tell you. Okay. You said email you. Okay, hang on. Let's see. Do you want to come on? Let's see. Click link if you do. All right, now here's the other thing. So I'm sure a lot of you guys weren't prepared to live stream tonight. Obviously, I'm opening this to anyone. If you want to remain anonymous, then fuck off. I'm just kidding. If you want to remain anonymous, you can just run without a dirt's good. I haven't talked to him in a few days, but we'd be texting. You know what I'm saying? We'd be texting. I just think he hasn't been able to make the streams. So, if you would like to remain anonymous, what I would recommend is to not go on a freaking show that's going to get 500 views, on a channel with 3,000 subs. Like, come on, like, really? You're tripping. But if you just have this burning desire to get on the show, to talk, to really give it to Dark and tell him, this and that and whatever, or if you just want to have a conversation, that's cool too. But what you can do is you can go live without using the camera. Watch, I'll show you this. But you can still hear the words coming out of my face. So you can do that. You could also do what a lot of the PewTubers do, right? And if you want to, just come on with a mask. You know what I'm saying? Just throw a mask on and come on like this. That way you can say, "Oh, who is he?" Like facial recognition could never work their way through this masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? So you can do that. You can also change your voice, if you really wanted to, like depending on your skill level. But that is up to you. You. So you can do that. You can also not come on a live stream. But again, if you do want to, I encourage you to. Gerchop said he was going to come on, but I think, unfortunately, his prison ID number is on his upper left chest. So it would just immediately dox him by being on the show. Plus, I don't know if the little butthole phones that they get in jail have cameras on the front, so he'd probably have to turn his phone backwards, which I don't know. But Gerchop, I'd love to have you on, man. Most people are convinced that you don't actually exist, that you're a bot, but I found out who you are. I know your true name. Just kidding. I didn't. Would love to come on, but gotta hang with the wife. No, you're good, brother. If not, we will. Bro, you were live streaming. So when I went to sleep, you fools were live streaming. When I woke up, y'all were still live. I was like, dude, I'm tripping. Like, this has to be like a replay, right? No, shit had the little red lives. I was like, bro, what? Damn, one day I want to visit his place with a pocket full of cash. I don't know whose place. I did pick it up from there, but he had to leave his shop early. They said he was around too much. Oh, you're talking about, there's no busy vending the feed store lady over hay bales. I believe that. Just because someone messed up doesn't mean you have to keep contributing to a clusterfunk. You printer people. Print some kid toys. I don't know if I understand that. I gotta be missing something. What did I miss? Hold on. Ooh, took a $440 walk today. Masses, come on and talk about it, man. Been seeing your chat so much. I don't know if you're a real person. Here, and while we do that, oops. Oh, we got one, y'all. Okay. Save. Click. Boom. There we go. Okay, so we've got another. All right. Live. Yep, you got it. Boom, 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 and boom. That's it. It's that easy. Okay, so we send it to one more. Rip Dango 34 Ahoy. FDSS, what's up, brother? Long time no see. GD Bacon, you are insane, but so am I. Haha, an 8-hour stream. Yeah, man, y'all are crazy, bro. What's up, Bacon? Over 9 hours, bro. That's crazy. Kimball, brother, thank you, man. I appreciate you doing it. See, even people like, oh, man, yeah. See, y'all are great. Everybody just coming together to help, man. I love y'all. No DLD after dark. We were on until 8 a.m. Eastern this morning. Yeah, that's ridiculous. When I woke up at like 6:30, y'all were still on, and I was like, these fools are nuts, man. One of the pocket pew. LCP Max, bro. Okay, so I rock. Personally, I like the Keltec P3AT over the LCP because LCP does actually stand for Little Crappy Pistol. I don't know if you're aware of that, but I also feel the after dark. Please finish what you weren't going to say. Oh no, I was just saying like how people that weren't mods were even posting the website. Or hold on, or you are a mod? Are you a mod? I lost track of how many mods I got. Let me see. Oh, he is a mod. Okay, never mind. Well, then you're not doing anything special for me. I'm just playing. Still trying to work out my Wi-Fi out here. I'll let you know if it improves. Yeah, PLA, you got it, brother. I just wanted to welcome you on, man. You're certainly welcome to come on. Joe Morris, what's up, brother?
Holding it down in West Virginia town. What are you doing, Dark?
Holding it down. One state of, well, a couple states, but one state canted off to the side to you, my friend.
Yes. My uncle and aunt came in recently from Virginia. They enjoyed their stay for a week or so.
Nice. Where
Yeah.
are they from out in VA?
God damn it. They've moved around a couple times. It's not northern, but it's like central Virginia. I forget.
Okay.
I mean, say a Virginia town. I forget where they moved.
Culpeper.
No.
Somewhere Fauquier County, Fairfax County. I don't know. I mean, honestly, Virginia is actually pretty big.
It's about like a 2.5 hour drive to get from where they live to Buchanan and Weston area.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. What's up, something original? Joe Morris is on the prowl to lay it on his freshly divorced neighbor lady who is in her 30s and supple.
That's what sucks. That's what sucks.
That she's supple, or
Well, no, that I liked her fucking husband. I thought he was a cool dude.
well, it sounds like you said he was a cool dude, so that's all I need to hear. Open market, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The market's wide open, but like, goddamn, sometimes you got returns and they don't go over very well.
Yeah, I mean it sucks, man. I feel you. I mean, only do what you're
Yeah,
comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Joe Morris, thank you for coming on. A lot of people have probably seen you're chatting, but if they're not like in our Discord, if they're not like part of the community, they may not know exactly who you are. So feel free if you kind of just want to say like who you are, maybe kind of a glimpse into your worldview. Are you kind of like, are you homesteading? Are you prepping? Are you just kind of living your life? Or like just give a little glimpse of who you are, and also make sure to tell Gerchop hello.
yeah. Hello, Gertrude. Yeah, I mean, I I would like to. My goal is to buy a small property. It doesn't have to be that big. It could be, 3 acres would be sufficient to garden homestead. Have a well and such like that. I'm looking for property right now. I have some money saved up to where I could either improve my house or buy a whole other, you know, situation. I'd rather just do that and,
Yeah.
fix my house up and sell my house and, live out, my days there where I have, a garden, probably meat rabbits, probably chickens, and I think goats. Goats are a good way to go too. And you
Oh yeah.
know, have your little, miniatures, and aquaponics on that too. Have a pond and fish and, around your garden.
Oh
Have
yeah.
that too. Yeah, aquaponics is big because I like fish. I mean, especially if they're, I mean, if you're farming them, they're clean. I mean, aquaponics is awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can actually build a self-sustaining, man-made body of water pretty easily.
Yeah, it's like your little ecosystem. It's your
Hmm.
whole, yeah, yeah, and you could do that. You could sustain yeah, in like 3 acres, you could sustain 4 people
Mm,
all
yeah.
day,
Fuck
couldn't
yeah.
you? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'd say so. 3 acres, depending on how much you have dedicated to, crops versus, livestock and
it would be. Well, yeah, you'd have goats and stuff, and that would be walking around meat, but you'd have chickens, you'd have those confined. I mean, yeah, I'd probably let them walk around too. I'd probably fence the whole damn thing, then have restrictive fence when I wanted to keep them in.
oh yeah.
I've thought about it. I mean, and I've looked at properties like in rural West Virginia, going out and looked at them. I mean, these are places where like the house is falling down, so the house is shit, right? So it's nothing.
Yeah.
But you got 40 acres and it's like $50,000. Where that house was, you could, knock it down, whatever, and then, you know, put something either prefab or build something fairly decent, like a decent cabin, and then
Oh yeah.
have electric hookup and gas maybe if it was hooked up to it when it got, dilapidated.
Dude, that's honestly what I want. Like I want um oh, hold on, do we have another?
I highly recommend if you buy a remote property to buy it in West Virginia. And I mean, there's some counties
Yeah.
I can recommend to you that would be, drive time. You know what I mean? I would like to have something within an hour of my house.
Okay.
But, yeah,
Um
I don't want to go much more. But when you go out further, it seems to be sweeter. I mean, I've gone to places in like Durban. Are you're probably not familiar with Durban. It's
Not familiar
outside.
with Arizona.
It's like outside of Elkins. It's really really out there. It's beautiful out there.
Excuse me. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I would love to get a spot out in West Virginia. Definitely, like, somewhere around 5 acres, and man, just go to fucking town. I'm so limited on space right now, so like what I have, would not sustain us, and it's so easy to take losses. Like, I
Oh yeah,
came
you
out
get you got a
today.
family. Yeah, you got a family to pick up and carry with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like a people do something with their extra money. They have like a camp they go to, or they have like a pull behind camper, or they go to the beach every year and do that. You do something with your excess money to have like a vacation. You could easily have a nice little base camp somewhere and fortify it for the price you would pay for your vacation spot. But
Yeah.
you have to have your old lady and the kid in with you on it too to make it, doable, because they're not going to be like, fuck dad, I don't want to go eat fucking beanie weenies off the fucking camp stove in the middle of the
Yeah.
woods. You know what I mean?
See, that's the thing. Like, most women, not all, right? Most women,
No, not all. Not all.
they don't want to live like a prepper, but they don't want to live like that if shit falls apart, right? Like, you got to kind of pick one. You got to be willing to make sacrifices now and say, okay, I'm down with, planting edibles all over my fucking property now, just because we can, just in case shit falls apart. Or I'm down with not doing that and stocking up on a bunch of shit that's going to run out. Like, so what I was mentioning, like taking losses, right? Like, so my small amount of property that I have right now, I came out today and every single one of my strawberries were eaten by squirrels. All of them
Yeah.
gone, right? Like, and it's not, I don't have a massive amount, but I got three fucking patches and two
Yeah.
big ass cuttings of
You're
very,
trying,
very,
yeah, trying to grow shit on a hobby scale.
yeah, yeah, and it would be enough to like help supplement, if shit went bad, right? Like, I can throw together fucking, I got strawberries, I got tomatoes, I got cucumber, I got lettuce, and I got shit that I need to find in the woods, and I'll fucking cap a squirrel in the head, whatever I need to fucking do. I'm going to find a way to make it all work,
When
and
you,
I'd probably be
I don't want,
willing.
but I'm going to interrupt you. When you said cap a squirrel in the head, they just made hunting with air guns legal in West Virginia,
Oh no
and
shit.
you know how air guns have progressed, right?
Oh hell yeah, you got
Yeah,
PCP air guns that
dude.
are,
Dude, when I go up to the public range, sometimes there's a couple dudes that pull up in fucking like Benzes and shit with like chicks with fake titties walking around serving them hot dogs and shit, shooting air guns with silencers, which silencers are legal on air guns. You don't have to get a freaking tax stamp on an air gun silencer.
yeah.
And and you can have like 50 cal, 45 cal, 357 cal air
Shit, they got
gun.
a 20 mil.
Like
They got a,
the PCP air guns, like the pre-charged pneumatic air guns,
yep,
the real deals that
yep,
have like an air tank in the fore end of the gun that
yep.
holds like anywhere between 4 and 8 shots, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
So
sometimes more too,
so
depending on the cartridge and they
dude, and they run off scuba tanks. Like
yeah,
that's the pressure. You can get used scuba tanks and shit cheap. You don't have to buy brand new PCP air gun specific cylinders to charge these guns off of. You can buy an old scuba tank for like $45 on Craigslist.
yeah. And dude,
You
they recently
how
put
about
out,
that?
they got a 20 millimeter that is running at like just under 1,000 feet per second, probably like 850 or something like that. Like a 20 millimeter PCP gun. That's crazy. But even
And
like most people that I see they get like a 357. I've even seen a 375 actually, and
and like that like I say, the suppressors that are on most of the guns come with the suppressors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you start looking at the high end ones,
Yeah.
and I mean, they're thread on, but they come with them. It's a package deal. I mean, you can get a killer ass 357 caliber pre-charged pneumatic hunting air gun that's
Mm-hmm.
capable of probably what 1250 something like that, maybe 1500 feet per second for like
Yeah.
yeah like $800.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, probably 1250-ish is going to be probably,
1250.
yeah,
Okay.
probably most. We had a show. I mean, we probably ran for 3 freaking hours talking about air guns with Not Your Average Goy, and that shit was incredible. Like we learned so much. Like I learned that like you could get an air gun, and there's some people that sent in some questions, so I will make sure that we address all those. Some people sent in emails saying, "Hey, I can't come on the show, but like here's some topics I'd like to address." Um, so one is you could go get like let's say a 5, 8, $5, $6, $800 air gun, baller ass air gun. Um, did I take you out?
No. I'm trying to script. I'm working on a cell phone, and I'm trying
Oh,
to like script the screen to make it bigger. But I'm good. Don't worry
oh,
about it.
gotcha. My bad. Yeah, if you need to back out, let me know. I didn't mean to.
No. I'm just screwing with my view.
Oh, gotcha. So you could get like a 357 air gun, going like you said, 1,250 feet per second, which is still devastating, right? And let's say you spend 5, 6, $800. Let's say you spend $1,000 on the shit. Okay, if you go and buy a $2,000 Night Force scope and you put it on there, it's gonna break. So you actually need to put air gun optics on air guns
Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
recoil
Yeah.
impulse is completely different.
There are specific optics and there's specific suppressors. Yeah, it is
Yeah,
different on guns.
yeah. Like if
Air
you
guns are though. I'm on the hinge. It's either that or I'm probably going to do crossbow first. But my brother's got a crossbow and he's taken many deer with it, and his son's even taken 2 deer with it, and he's only like 11. It seems like a fun way to go. Plus, crossbow is a silent killer. I mean, if you'd want to get proficient with it, what could you do with a crossbow?
there's a lot you could do with a crossbow, and I would actually encourage you because you're a pretty handy dude, right? There's a bunch of shit that you could do like you know yourself. I made a bow and arrow, and holy shit, I was so surprised that with one piece of wood that I literally found in the woods and paracord, and I even made the arrows as well. And I'm talking about like I was whittling, right? Like even right now, let me see if I have got my hands on it. Damn it. I was literally just whittling. Whittling wood is like so therapeutic and it is so
It
simple.
kind of is. It kind of is. But you made yourself a little Boy Scout freaking bow, like a longbow.
Dude, so yes and no because it broke, but I probably shot that thing 100 times before it broke, and I started pulling back on it way too far because I was testing the limits on like how much I could really, get out of it. But I have this stump in my backyard that's probably like well over 100 pounds. I don't know if it's over 200. I probably exaggerated like in the past, and I was like, oh, it's like 300 pounds, just because I had to drag it out of the fucking woods myself. But um, it's like perfectly angled, like up to where it's facing you at an angle. So like when I'm in the backyard, I could just whip out my little backup fixed blade and just
Can throw a knife yeah, it's
yeah,
knife throwing, axe throwing,
axe throwing, exactly all that shit. And I took it out there and literally with just sharpened wood, I was sinking into, like, maybe quarter inch. I was sinking into a fucking stump with sticks. With sticks. It was
Yeah,
breaking a bunch of them, but I was just blown away, man. I was blown away. So,
that's the kind of fun handicraft you could get your daughter into. I mean, she's
uh,
older now. She could get into like handicraft stuff like that, like making crude weapons. That would be fun. It's craft time.
hell yeah. Yeah, we actually, her and I make crossbow suppressor. Her and I make, like, and I do this with her all the time. So she's like, I want to play fight. So we literally will like put on the Mortal Kombat song and like play fight with each other. And she's like, I want like pretend swords or like bats, like those kinds of things. So I'm like, all right, let's go in the gun room and we'll make stuff. So she came in and I was like, find something that you want. And of course, she's like finding all this like ridiculous ass shit. I'm like, no, we're not gonna beat daddy with bamboo rods. Like, come on. But she found like this big thing of foam, and I was like, all right, I'll cut the foam. And she was like, can you wrap the black tape, the duct tape around the handle to kind of make like a handle? So like we had like these foam things, and we're like hitting each other. But it's cool because like it's her practicing like using her imagination to scavenge and build like a weapon, really,
That's
Yeah. But one question we got is, so one of our guys here is a regular, and where he is not a firearm friendly state at all. But let's just say that different counties are willing to issue permits. Some more than others, and he's finally making the plunge and getting a permit. And he said he's moving to a Glock 19, a Gen 3, and he wants to know what light to rock on it. And I know what I would do, but I figured I'd give you a chance too to jump in and give your feedback too.
I haven't got one a good light to put on a Glock. I have a Glock. Well, it's a 23. It's a 23, but I run a conversion barrel in it for 9 millimeter.
Gotcha.
Uh, the TLR. What is it? 6.
Mhm.
That I would want the laser in it, but I would want the white light. That's probably the one. I would assume that's the one everybody likes, right?
Yep. Does this particular Californian look and talk like Darth Vader? No, different individual, but you nailed the area. Goonbeam, hell yeah. BV Luminous, Surefire actually contributed $10,000 to Everytown for Gun Safety, and Brady, or is it Brady? Anti freedom groups. So just throwing that out there. So there's a couple options. The TLR1 is a great go-to if you can get, the TLR1 HL is the way to go. So I have an original TLR1, but those bitches are like 300 lumens, and they're the same price as a TLR1 HL, which is 1,000 lumens and like maybe 5,000.
Is 1,000 too bright? Is there something in the middle, or is 1,000 what you want?
So it depends. If it's a home defense gun or
Yeah, home defense. Home defense.
so I don't personally have a problem with anything from 500 to 1,000 lumens. It really depends on so Candela. You won't find Candela discussed as much with pistol lights, because you kind of do want the pistol lights to flood, because
Yeah,
you're more
yeah.
likely to engage closer, right? Whereas with rifle lights, you're looking for candela to focus the beam to, take a further shot. But you'll still see the stats like highlighted. Like
Civ 500 sounds right.
500 is good. 500 lumens. So like the TLR1 HL is 1,000 lumens, 5,000 candela. But to go, like, one of the things I did, I wanted to go with a carry gun with a light that I could use outside, but also wanted to keep kind of a slimmer frame. So I got the TLR7, which is a single battery unit, but it gives you 500 lumens and 5,000 candela, and it's still bright as fuck. Like it's
Off of
excellent.
123A, is that what he uses?
Yeah, one CR 123.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
and
Yeah, all day that's good.
its thickness is the same as a Glock, so it's like perfect. However, the standard TLR7 is not the way to go, in my opinion, only because the switch is actually way past the trigger guard and it's a side switch. They updated it and they came out with a TLR7A, so people call it the TLR7 Alpha, which has the switches. There's actually two sets of switches in there, which you can actually much more easily reach with your trigger finger riding the side of the frame. I also like the TLR7 sub, which is great for subcompacts and micro compacts, but you can also use it on, like, because of the little key systems inside the, like, where they fit on rails is all different. It fits on like a P80 frame perfectly. It fits on a 26 P80 perfectly. It fits on a Glock 43 P80 frame perfectly, but it won't fit on a Gen 3 19 at all because of where the little key part lands. So I would say personally, TLR7A if you want to stay slim and you get 500 lumens, or if you don't care to go a little bit bigger and you'll probably have more compatible gear, go with the TLR1 HL, get 1,000 lumens, and that'll fucking brighten up. It'll turn your
Yeah,
room.
it'll broadcast for
Oh,
sure.
for sure.
1,000 lumens. The I the one that I really want to get a light for is the 365, the
Mm,
SIG,
yeah,
because I carry it holsterless with a clip draw on it, and that will accommodate that. And
yeah,
it'll bulge out a little more around my pocket area, but it'll be concealed by the pocket, so it'll be fine.
yeah. The only thing with
I won't carry it all the time though. I mean, that the good thing about just having a white light is you don't have to zero it. So when
mhm.
I'm carrying it every day, I won't carry the white light on it, but I'll be able to fucking secure the white light on it, pretty fast if I want to on my truck.
Yeah. My only concern would be the light hanging up on your like jeans as you draw it.
It
So
could. You'd have to try it. Yeah, it could. It
yeah,
could.
if you did like a TLR6, that's way more like smooth, and it probably wouldn't touch
The
anything on the way out.
the the one that Sig sells, like the streamlined unit that they sell for it. I think it's only like 1 or 200 lumens. It's ridiculous small.
That's how the TLR6 is. It is literally 100 lumens. It
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah. I don't want that. That's not quite enough. If I'm gonna like justify carrying a light on it, like attached to the weapon, I don't want it to be 100 lumens.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Not worth the sacrifice of the bulk.
XDS 3.3 Streamlight. So I got a follow-up question. Um, like what will fit? Okay, so a standard TLR7, not the A, the 7 will fit on an XDS 3.3. An OLED. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not an OLED dude. No offense to those that are. A TLR7 sub will, but a TLR7 sub will not fit on a 19, a factory 19, unless it's a P80 frame. Oh, hold on. Yes, a TLR7A will fit. That's the 45. It looks like it will probably fit on both. I can't guarantee it. I know with certainty that a TLR7 will fit on it. I'm looking at it right now. Um, if the A could fit on it, man, that's where it's at. It is on the 45 version, as long as those rail sections are the same. But anything else, like you're saying, anything else like those little 100 lumen white lights, it's worthless. It is literally.
It's not worth the bulk. It's not worth the bulk. Hey, I'm gonna get a beer real quick. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
you're good, brother. You're good. While he does that, I'm going to continue looking through. So it looks like, oh wow, somebody put a TLR, a full-size pistol light on there. That's crazy. So I would go a TLR 7, an older. I'll actually show you. Let me grab it real quick. A TLR 7 will fit on a 19 like beautifully. Okay. However, it will not fit on. Or I'm sorry. However, it is not easy to engage the controls on it. It's a pain in the ass. Is it manageable? For sure. And I'll be honest. I ran into the same issue. So here's my issue. So the issue I ran into is that I was talking to like Angry Sarge and Petey Ralph and Marconi Armory and all these different people about like which light to use, right? And I was like, I want a light that is a stream light, is 500 to 1,000 lumens, will fit on my 19 P80, my 19 Gen 3, my 26 P80, my 43 P80, and they're like, and my 43X, and they're like, dude, you're saying you want one light to do absolutely everything, and it's just not realistic, right? So the way that the TLR7 sits is like literally perfect. It is the exact width of the unit, and it's it's bright, right? And it's got the strobe for those guys that like strobes. Sometimes, it's a strobe, right? Whatever. Now, for me personally, the way that this is, and this is just a pretend grip module. It's not a firearm. If you see that button right there on the side, that's how you turn it on. So you literally with your finger, instead of initiating it over here, you're reaching all the way up and initiating it there. It's way too far. It's ridiculous. So that's why they upgraded it and updated it and created the TLR7 Alpha. And these are great, but the initiation.
They don't have those like rotary switches on them anymore.
No, you do get those on the TLR1, but the if I had it here, I'd show you, but it's actually at Arcane Tech.
I like the rotary switch because when I click it on, I usually don't use the flashlight as momentary. I usually click it on and like clear with it. Like if I'm at a campsite or wherever, I just turn it on. You know what I mean? Just like click it on. It's nice.
No, Jeff Cron, you're right. So Olights do have the ability to adjust the entire unit, right? So you can take an Olight and throw it on a 26, a 19, a P80, a factory Gen 3 frame or whatever, and literally just slide it and lock it, and it's good to go. And that may be the route that you want to go. For me personally, I just prefer Streamlight, right? It's just a
And the appeal of the Olight is the rechargeability, right? That's the appeal.
Yeah. I think it's best for us to have battery units, because how can we? Thank you, Sport Brand. You guys, make sure we keep putting bellaswish.org. We'll hit that again too shortly. In the event that the lights go out, you're gonna have to like go out to your car to charge your Olight, you know? Like I would much rather have us be able to
And,
just
and
throw it back in.
it can be done. I mean, there's certain things that I'm trying to like, as far as like electronic equipment, but I'm also trying to get away from like cell phone and all this stuff. I mean, this is all, well and good that we're communicating this way, but I don't really need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got rid of cable like 22 years ago.
So Chuck Norris Gun Club says, guys, get ready for a rapid transition to kinetic violence. Scattered reports of violence will rise to a crescendo and spread nationwide, and then our watchful enemies will strike, and our former vice president will be asleep. And at first, there will be scattered protests around diverse issues, which will then come to the realization they have much in common. A generalized revolt is coming. Then I still
There'll be
quite a difference.
there'll be a big there'll be a big mess before the midterms. You know that's going to happen.
For sure. No, I mean honestly, Chuck, I don't think we disagree with each other. I mean, one of the things that I was mentioning was, you know, like what they can prepare for, like that I know with certainty is coming, which is food shortages, water restrictions, possible power outages, and then of course, obviously, security is number one next to water and food. But
Food shortages are no joke, and then also too, you got to look about utility interruptions as far as electric, and I haven't heard anything about natural gas, but if you live in places that get natural gas, that might be interrupted too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, with all of this said, I also say that everyone in the country is 9 meals away from like willing to kill their neighbors or being willing to kill their neighbors.
No, oh no, trust me. Yeah. Dude, I walk the neighborhood. I've made a practice of walking the neighborhood up to my mailbox, just to get a scope on how people take care of their house, what their general mentality is, and stuff like that. If I encounter them,
Hmm.
and uh, sometimes it's favorable, sometimes it's scary. And these are people that live in my neighborhood. They either rent or own houses in my neighborhood. They're
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I do believe that those same people, they're right now, um, right now they're nice people. Right now they're your neighbors, your friends, their coworkers, their acquaintances, people in the streets, strangers, whatever. Um,
Yeah, what society holds up.
Yeah, exactly. Like when when there's the risk of incarceration, they're normal. The moment that their ability to consume food and water changes, hold on.
Oh yeah,
Brother,
yeah,
we are
yeah.
down
It's
to arguing
it's it,
flashlight.
it
How about
it's
the
scarcity.
danger
It's
that's in
scarcity
order?
like immediately happens.
Yeah. So okay, so Chuck Norris brings up a good point. He says, "Brother, we're down to arguing flashlights. I hope that means we have major preps in order." So, I mean, this was a viewer question we were addressing about flashlights, but like a lot of times, man, if I
You
hit every single stream talking about what we know is coming, what we've known has been coming for years now, it puts me in a really fucking dark place, and I will always come in and I'll always acknowledge the truth that we are going to be living in a society where violence is normal. We are going to be living off of what we have, what we can create, and what we can sustain, and anything else that we can get off of the land, and that's basically it. And
you're talking within 3 years,
y-
somewhere about
I
3 years.
think at this point, I think probably 6 to 12 months.
Oh
And
shit! Yeah, that's an accelerated timeline.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I've never
I was thinking within 2 or 3 years, but with 6 months,
I've
I,
never put a
I'm
timeline
not
on it.
jumping begun on 6 months.
I've never put a timeline on it ever. I've never, like, when people ask me like, when do you think it'll happen? I always say like, I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. Like, I think that we're looking probably at 6 to 12 months because we have seen a massive decline in our country. Like, not even taking into consideration everything that
Well,
happened with COVID. Like
every
post,
every 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 measure that's like being approved and implemented is anti-America. Everything is
oh yeah,
it it's so disgusting. It's so
oh yeah,
disgusting. In the name of like what? Climate change. Give me a fucking break.
yeah,
Give me a fucking break. Let's take a fucking Air Force One to fucking India and check out some climate change in China. Give me a fucking break.
yeah,
It's
man.
oh my god, the level of retardedness is just so Goonies. It's
Yeah, so GKT11 just mentioned, check out what the DHS just dropped. A little less than a week ago, the DHS just put out a study, a writing article. I don't even know what to call it, but basically saying prepare for massive, widespread violence across the United States. Mostly being closely affiliated with political bullshit, religious bullshit, or this and that. I mean, literally, they're coming and they're telling us prepare for massive violence. Oh, and by the way, we've defunded the police and we've restricted their abilities, capabilities, and tools and whatever. And regardless of how you feel about the police, like you may feel one way about the police, but unless you are prepared to be the first and only responder of all of your shit, then you're going to be on the ground fucking crying like all those fucking leftist extremists that were out during the
by the way,
protests.
yeah, BLM and Antifa are going to sweep your neighborhoods. Just giving you fair warning. We're not going to be on duty, but just to let you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, the fact that they're coming to us and saying there's going to be massive violence over the next year, like that's a big deal. They are preparing us for violence,
I
and
mean, I'm lucky, dude. It won't have it won't happen in my little hamlet of America. It won't happen in my area because
mhm.
it tolerated. But in population centers, it's going to be a freaking bloodbath. It's going to be horrible.
Dude, think about New York City. When we talk about like people are 9 meals away from being willing to eat their neighbors.
Give
Uh-oh.
me a, give me a second.
You all right?
Oh yeah, I went for a spin there for a second. Yeah, New York City's fucking horrible, and it just keeps getting more horrible.
Damn. I couldn't tell if you stubbed your toe or if you tripped and fell or
Almost fell. I caught myself.
damn. Yeah, fucking New York City's going to be horrible anywhere like outside of DC, anywhere outside of New York, anywhere outside. I mean, DC and the outskirts, New York and the outskirts, LA and the outskirts, and so many other places, like places in Texas, places in all throughout Colorado, right? Like Arizona. These major, highly densely populated areas are going to be the first places that get it popping, and it is going to be all 100% on you. Like these motherfuckers during the riots of 2020 and 2021, they were literally holding signs saying defund the police. And then when a homeboy came out to protect his store with a gun and said back up or I will fucking
And
shoot
he got
you.
killed. Yeah, that old man got killed. That sucked.
Yeah, David Dorn got killed. I was actually about to wear that shirt tonight, but I didn't. But when a dude
Yeah.
came out to defend his store with a gun and he started pushing people around and throwing them on the ground, you know what they all fucking said? They said, "Oh my God, call the police." Like, bro, you have to throw down your defund and abolish the police sign to call the police. Whatever you think about the police, when you were like literally laying on the ground on your back.
That's what I mean. I mean, there was no counterforce like shooting these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's you know what I mean. If they would invade your neighborhood, well, I mean, in my neighborhood, there would be a counterforce.
Yeah.
It wouldn't happen.
Yeah, that's true. That was not even David Dorn's store. That was a friend's store. And he was a former chief of police. His wife was also a former chief of police. It's crazy. It was fucking terrible, man. It was bad. So Chuck Norris brings up a good point. So this is another thing. So he mentioned always keep at least a half a tank of gas and some like running money. Money obviously is only going to be so good, for so long, like in the beginning. He also says don't keep all your money in the bank. This is one thing that I've really kind of had a tough time with is like, if I truly believe in all of this, I'm holding out on some hope, right? But if I truly do believe that all of this is 100% inevitable, I would just drain all my fucking retirement accounts, right? Like, what's the fucking point, right? Like when
I've thought about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's at this point, it would almost be better to get
If it gets reduced to rubbish, why not like cashing in while it's worth something that, when you cash it in, it's like 40-50%. You get raped hard.
oh yeah, but I mean, that money is going to go, that percentage of money, every single person here with a long-term savings setup, with long-term savings accounts, with Roth IRAs,
Yeah.
traditional IRAs, your
Poof.
money is going to be cut in half over the next 2 years. Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be in value.
Well, yeah, or more. So why not fucking pull it out now? Money will be useless. Get items you could trade off like cigarettes and bullets. So yes, so money will be useless. But in the beginning, when people are still fucking stupid, it will hold some value. Or if in the beginning, when there's still some rule of law, when there's still some stores open, when there's still some, if you need to use slave coins to, equip yourself in the beginning, it's not a bad thing to do. The thing that I would say is like the best thing that you can do is prepare like every single day. So now, I kind of transition to what I'm carrying every day. I'm carrying a handgun with 21 rounds of 9mm in it, backup mag. Obviously, I always keep the goon beam flashlight, the fucking the hot sauce, a knife, and all that shit. But from now on, every single day, no matter what, in the trunk is a long gun, a fucking 5.56 that takes standard AR mags, a plate carrier, 90 rounds of ammo, another 30 or 40 rounds in the gun, and medical, right? And then of course I have a fucking pallet of water and some like food and snacks and shit like that, because I don't know if I'm going to need to use these tools to get home, to get away from home, to get like I don't know. So it's hard. You can't, kind of going back to the lights, you can't prep for one thing in one situation in one direction. But I do. So going back to what Chuck Norris said, I agree. I agree with where we are and where we're going to be. And I think that we will be in the next 6 to 12 months in the most dangerous place that we have ever been as a country, period. I think our money is going to be fucking completely worthless. I think that we'd be better off with coffee, fucking, ammunition, firearms, coffee, cigarettes, tobacco, obviously water and food, right? But
liquor.
Liquor, knives, axes, tools, anything that would retain like the do-it-yourself shit. Because now doing it yourself isn't a hobby and a cool thing to post about on YouTube. Now do it yourself is a fucking mandatory thing, and this is why Slingshot is actually a great tool as well. Heath, that's a good point. So this is why I came out and I said, look, guys, I want to start the first chapter of GBAT, which is Gun Builders Against Tyranny. And I want to be able to, create this thing where all over the United States, there's, one GBAT, Gun Builders Against Tyranny, in every single state. And, all of us can organize it on the same day, same time, same something unique about us, right? Like a blue plate carrier, blue balloons tied to our plate carrier. I don't fucking care, right? Just something that is like, there's no mistaking that all of these people are highly fucking organized, that they did all of this the same day, same time, same X, Y, and Z factor, whatever. Not only because we can use that as a tool to fight against the war on gun building and the Second Amendment and fight that tyranny, but if we can prove that we can assemble on the same day, same time, with gear and equipment and all that, what other things could a group like that, of that size, with that type of mindset, be able to do if needed as a backup option? That's all I'm saying. You feel me?
I hear you.
And I hate to like throw it out there like that, but like, because honestly, we'll probably fucking lose power, lose internet, lose water. You'll get water restrictions. You'll be put on a fucking boiling notice. They're gonna put even more shit in your water. Right now, you already got fucking fluoride and you already got fucking lithium in your water that you are drinking every fucking day.
The Brita filter don't catch all that shit.
Mm-hmm. And CNC machining is a way to go. Yep. And I'm finally going to get a ghost gunner as well. And that will give me some capabilities with some metals, but not everything, Build the house underground. Yeah, too bad Hawaiian shirts are already taken. Right? Yeah, I want it to be something different, unique, and like off, right? Like, think if like we all had like plate carriers that were fucking spray painted like purple or blue or something like that. They'd be like, what the fuck? Like, where's this gay pride fucking but it'd be something. Imagine like if all these news, all these media companies were reporting all these dudes and ladies armed protesting, and they're all wearing purple plate carriers in every state at the same day, same time, across the entire fucking country. Like, that would be a feat. That would be something incredible. And setting up the foundation of something like that would be imperative if something was going to go very, very bad over the next 6 to 12 months, because a group like that could not just be used for very peaceful, kind protesting. Gray plate carriers. We need something to pop. But no, and look, all you guys, I'm seeing what most of you guys are saying. I agree with y'all, right? Like, I agree that with kind of where we are right now, it's hard, and it is hard. It's hard for me to come on here and be like, oh guys, like, this viewer has a question about, a flashlight for his Glock 19. Like, I like this one and this one and this one. They like this one, this one, this one. And knowing that, like, we may be fucking, like, literally eating cats in the street in a fucking year from now. Like, I hate to say it like that, but
The Book of Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Real shit. Yep. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think? You think we're that close to something that catastrophic?
I think I'm pretty handy, so I'll get through it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get through it all.
Yeah. I agree. I think people that think like us in our little community, I think most of us will get through it. But I do think that we are going to see a country like we've never seen before.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be like, soft people losing their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in mass. In mass. There's gonna be a lot of them losing their minds.
The thing
Yeah, you're gonna.
is,
Oh yeah, yeah. They'll all go crazy because like their conveniences are gone, and they live on convenience. They love convenience.
yeah,
They don't have convenience anymore. They these are the people that I work with at the office.
yeah. And that's the thing, like people whose lives are completely centered around convenience and consumerism don't have any level of preparation, right? And I hate to like say prep like prepping and prepper, and people say, "Oh, you mean like doomsday prepper?" Because there's like such a like negative, thought around it, and the whole prepping world has been totally fucking brought into this consumerism light. Like they've commercialized the fucking market.
Oh
But
yeah, but they're all super like sheep. They're super sheep.
yeah, but we really could focus on prepping as a lifestyle, as living, and prepping could be creating sustainable sources of water, food, and then getting your shelter and security locked down. And with those four things, you got fucking nothing else to worry about other than, either giving to your community or shooting people to try to take from your garden. A lot
The
of
first,
people,
the first step is getting out of the way from society to do that because you don't want to have building permits for shit. You just do it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You have to get out far enough to where all that shit's tolerable. And yes, you can have a shallow water well in an afternoon if you want one.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's true. That's a good point. He said, I planted corn in my front yard. LOL. Dude, I'm
Hmm.
that same guy. I fucking planted
I
all
love.
sorts of shit. Strawberries in the like main walkway. I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking. Um,
I planted habaneros and uh, cherry tomatoes.
nice. How are they
Yeah, so
doing?
we'll see how that works out.
Gotcha. So I do want to take a second while we have likely a different group of people in here to remind all of you guys, go to bellaswish.org. Bella's Bella was John Crump's niece, and sadly she passed away from a very, very, very rare form of brain cancer. And right now, her final wish was for her family to continue on and to get things for other kids that were in similar situations. So if you guys could go to bellaswish.org, go through and pick one thing, whether it's this pack of books or something for like deodorant and wet wipes and shit that like the families would need. But the toys, right? There's like 5, 10, 15, 20, $30 toys. If you guys could contribute, that would mean a lot to Crump, and that would mean a lot to the families. I found out that Bella's younger sister is actually going to be hand delivering the toys with Bella's mother, and she passed away very young. I think she was 6, maybe 8. I apologize, Crump. I can't recall right off the top of my head. But she was very, very young, and it was a very sad thing to see that happen. So um, to see that she's wanting her family after her passing to give back to the same very thing is incredible. So if you guys could do me a favor, go to bellaswish.org, and find something to contribute because you'd be making a big difference. I appreciate you guys.
That's very sad.
Yeah, man. She's fucking terrible. Thank you, Sport. Thank you, all the mods that are dropping the link in there. So too
But
many choices brings up Gray Man. This is Gray Man for the win. You know, Gray Man works in most situations, but not all. Overt works in some situations, but not most. Um, it's tough, man. It's hard. Like, so much depends on the situation that you're going to be in, right? Like, you know, being a gray man could mean, like Grantham said in one of his videos about urban survival, um, if we're in a situation where we're under like some type of let's call it a red dawn situation, right? You could literally just have a cut on your cheek and be snatched out of a crowd and interrogated and questioned. And if you have a handgun in your waistband or whatever, like so like you never know what direction shit is going to go. So prepare for all. So like prepare to be a gray man, prepare to be overt, prepare to be covert. And how can I fit like, you know, some things in all these categories, right? Like how do I in a very, very gray man or even covert way, how do I carry a long gun on my person? That's fucking pretty hard to do, right? You could do it, but that's hard to do.
hey, Dar,
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna dip.
you're good, brother. I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you.
Love you, man. Have
Love
a
you
good
too,
night.
brother. You too. Take it easy, man. I think Joe may have had a couple too many. You know I love you, Joe. But hold on, let me see. So T for Texas. It's an excellent point. He says, I got a dip. I know we're all scared on many levels. I know I am. All we can do is prepare, network locally, and get right mentally, physically, and spiritually. Lots of love to you all. That's an excellent point, man. We don't know what we're going to be facing. You know, did Joe pull a light? RP Joe, we love you. Yeah, every bit of this controlled collapse is by design. It's all about 100%. I think it's even more beyond that. You know, not just the debt. I mean, look at Ukraine, man. I'm pretty certain that like the reason that Ukraine occurred was possibly, even though they've been talking about this shit happening since 2009 because of NATO, I'm pretty sure this shit happened just to cover up the whole Burisma thing and the fact that not just Hunter and Daddy, but there have been politicians that have been cleaning money, millions and millions and millions, possibly even billions of dollars out of Burisma. It's crazy. So like, you know, the moment that they knew that the growth of NATO was going to cause Russia to do exactly what the director of the CIA said that Russia was going to do in 2009, almost exactly step by step. Like now it's just crazy. We knew what the fuck was going to happen. It is all by design. It is all planned. Everything that is being damaged right now is just, you know, what do you call it? It starts with a C when someone or something else gets damaged during the sequence. Jesus, man. Oh my God. How am I forgetting this word? Um, God, somebody help me out, man. Collateral. Thank you. Collateral damage. Yeah. This is all collateral damage that they are prepared for. Like, there are no reasons that they've been making the decisions that they've been making. Like, hey, let's get in and completely destroy our domestic pipelines for fuel. Let's completely cut it off. Oh, and let's sanction Russia and remove approximately 10% more of our oil. People have been talking through April and May that, like, oh, it's because of the Russia sanctions that the cost of gas is the way it is. No, the Russia sanctions didn't actually kick in until June 1. So we're now dealing with, you guys see that spike in prices again? We're now dealing with an additional 10% of a reduction in oil and increase in costs. And you guys really want to see shit go down. Wait till fucking bread and eggs and shit. Like, wait till it is just completely unaffordable. Wait until one, people can't afford to eat. Wait until two, like I said, watch them go 9 meals without food. 9 meals without food creates a fucking massive animal. I don't care who you are. You can be the fucking most kind. You could be the greatest. You could be the whatever. You could be like the shining example of who a great contributor in person could be. In the moment that you can't get food and water and shelter and security for your family, what do you think you're gonna do? You're gonna try to take it from the ones that did, create those opportunities for themselves through preparedness and planning and preparation. So I don't know. I don't want to be like the doom and gloom, guy, right? Like I try to balance it out and just tell you guys to prepare because we don't know what we're going to run into. But I will say openly, the next 6 to 12 months, we're likely going to find ourselves in a very, very kinetic situation. And I don't know. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know if it's just going to be because of food shortages and food being just completely unavailable or unaffordable, and water restrictions and everything else that comes along with that alone. If it's going to be society versus society, if it's going to be the ruling class versus society, or if it's going to be the government versus us, or if it's going to be like, I don't know. I have no idea, but I know that it's best to prepare for every single one of those situations. You know. So, look, I just want you guys to make the most wise decisions possible without letting this shit literally control your life. It will take everything from you. The black pill will take everything from you. Trust me. I tell people all the time, like, look, you can grab the black pill, you can hold the black pill, you can examine the black pill, you can review it, you can share it with your friends for them to look at it, but don't take it. Don't eat it. The moment you eat the black pill, you'll be sitting back and you'll be like, well, then what's the fucking point? What's the point? Why would I contribute all of this time, energy, and resources and money and blah 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 into ensuring life and future when those are the two things that I know that are going to be taken from me? That's how some people may look at it. So just be cautious about the type of things that you intake, and prepare on every level possible. So yeah, sorry guys, I mean, take it there, but I do think it's important that we discuss it. Dark, did you say you would take Suboxone for life? So not on Suboxone, I'm on Subutex, but yeah, I mean, I have no problem taking it for the rest of my life, and I got a plan for that too. If shit goes bad, let's just say I'll be good for a while, and I've gotten pretty skilled at identifying other opportunities to keep cravings and physical withdrawals at bay. So there will be no problem at all if the lights go out, so to speak, and if I need to stay on subs and benzos and whatever the fuck, I'll be alright. I'll be alright. Being that we're in this place that we are right now, I would encourage, even if it's just for like for your personal safety, if you can carry a firearm on your person. Carry a firearm as many fucking rounds as possible, right? That's just like step one, okay? Also, even if it's just for like preparation of like active shooters, like look at the fucking world that we're in, right? Like the shit happens all the time. Um, keep a long gun, keep a plate carrier, keep ammo reserves, keep a war belt, keep some gear that you can just throw shit on if you need to, if you got to go to work, right? And then don't go much further than a minute worth of gearing up. If you're bringing gear with you that would take more than a minute to throw it on, it's useless, because even taking that one precious minute to get ready is just not worth it. Now, when something does go bad, and if you can say, "Oh fuck, like X, Y, and Z happened," let me pull over, throw in a plate carrier, a thigh rig, and a long gun, and hop back in my car and drive back home to make sure my family's okay. That way, anything that I may come in between me and getting home on the way back, back is like they're short. I'm going to position myself to give myself the most advantages possible, and of course, that's going to be a long gun, a sidearm, a backup gun, a knife, and whatever tools you have on your person. So just equip yourselves, guys, but also know that gear isn't shit. Gear is fucking nothing. Gear is just literal tools on the fucking wall, and sometimes if a problem occurs, you don't even have the time to grab the gear off the wall. So it may be just what's on your person at the time. That's why I'm saying, like, I carry the 43X with 21 rounds in it, because that may be my only option. I may not even have a moment to go for the backup mag. I may not have the opportunity to go for the long gun. I may not have the fucking 20 seconds to throw on a plate carrier. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. But I know that positioning yourself like to give you the most, as many advantages as possible is going to be your best option. So that's all. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Sorry. You give it all for a chance at a better tomorrow. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I like to pack some cigs too, so I won't have to go into the store with a bunch of cameras. So here's what I started doing. Even as a non-smoker, hold on, I'm shooting this. Okay, well, I only found one, but whatever. So whether it's for you yourself, because like I'm an e-cig fucking addict, right? And I may not be able to charge it. I may not be able to put juice in it. I may not be able to grab these little disposable ones, right, that I get that I throw in my kit. I may want to smoke a fucking cigarette, right? Which I'm totally fine with that if I'm on my way to fucking, damn near guaranteed death anyway. Fuck it. And you're right. It is for a better tomorrow. It's for a better country for my daughter. It's for a better fucking, it's to give hope that we just may be able to come back from this. So yeah, I'll shoot it to you in just one sec. Dirt, what's up, brother? Gerchop, there's your dirt. There's your dirt. Let me go back here. Let me get the link for my homie. Sorry, y'all. But what I started doing is I knew that for me personally, it's not just about like what I need. If I need to say fuck it and smoke a cigarette, or which does give off a big, huge scent of your radius. I mean, you're totally fucking your OPSEC if you're smoking a cigarette, but whatever. But for trading and shit like that, like this is huge. So take a pack of cigarettes. When you buy a pack of cigarettes, ask for a couple packs of matches, and just run some fucking tape through them. So that way you have like a box of pack of cigarettes and a pack of matches. Like no matter what, you can at least trade this shit. In a world falling apart, this is very valuable. Booze too. Booze is great. They're great for bonding, for getting information from people, right? Especially if we're in a world that not a lot of cigarettes are left, right? Get a fucking bag of tobacco and a bunch of rolling papers and filters. Roll your own cigarettes. Those are great. Also, medications, even OTC medications. That's like massively important for you to have. Like we talked about this on another stream, that diarrhea alone will take you out for a fucking week. Like you will die from diarrhea. So being able to just throw some Pepto, down and fucking jump right back at it, and of course having other things like liquid IV, Pedialyte, Gatorade, and just water and things like that to take care of that. Like that's so important. And we have a guestie. Oh, you there, bud?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
There he is. So I know we've talked about it twice. I promised that, and I'm going to continue doing this for a few streams, just so you know. I wanted to hit it 3 times and put a banner up, the beginning, the middle, and the end, and I'm going to cut the stream here pretty soon. So.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stay on. Just wanted to come on and say congratulations on 3,000. I haven't done that yet.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for that.
And yeah, basically that's what I really wanted to do.
Thank you.
So you can cut it whenever you want.
I do. Though, I've kind of told the story, reminded people, why bellaswish.org is important for them to contribute to. I think it would also be important to kind of hear from you, hear the story from you, and, for just as a reminder as to kind of how important it is.
Yeah, okay. So where to start? All right, let's start when Bella was born. Bella was born while my wife and I were still dating. We were getting ready to get married. Her sister had a baby a couple months before we got married. Bella, she had a ectopic pregnancy, so her mom was in the hospital for whatever, for like a long time during the pregnancy. So she was born like 4 months early. And she was when she was first born, they weren't sure if she was going to survive because her esophagus didn't connect. So she only had a 50% chance of living when she was a baby.
Yeah.
Yet she was strong enough and she pulled through that. And almost losing her at that time, I mean, it caused everyone to grow very, very close to Bella because she was like precious. She beat all the odds and survived because she wasn't going to survive when she was born. She survived when she was. They didn't think she was going to survive when she was in utero, but she did. And then they didn't think she was going to survive when she was born. She did. And then when she had this other thing, she had a 50% chance of living, and she survived.
Yeah.
So she was battling, and when she was growing up, she was it wasn't Crohn's. Her actual esophagus was not connected because she was born preemie. So they had to go in there and connect the esophagus to the stomach.
Yeah.
But she was just such a sweet little girl. She was our goddaughter. So we spent a lot of time, like my kid Matthew and her were extremely close, and she was just a sweet girl. And one of the things that I remember most about her is I was doing my podcast and everything else like that. And she's like, "Are you gonna do a podcast?" Because we were up in New York. I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do a podcast while we're in New York. We're just gonna do family time." And she was like, "I think you should do a podcast."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Yeah, okay. Well, I'll do a podcast." I was like, "Why do you want me to do a podcast so much?" She's like, "I've always wanted to do a podcast, and I decided I needed to face my fears and do a podcast. Can I do
Yeah.
a podcast with you?" So I was like, "Absolutely." So we fired it up. We did a live stream, and that's still on my channel.
Yeah.
First live stream, and every once in a while she'll call me up and goes, "Uncle John, who's your guest today?" I was like, "I'm not really sure yet." She's like, "Can I be your guest?" I was like, "Absolutely."
Mhm.
Till she came on multiple times on the podcast and everything else like that, the live stream, whatever you want to call it, because she liked it. And everyone liked her because she was such a little smart ass.
Mhm.
I mean, she would like just being on a podcast, her wit was so quick that she would just like throw out like insults that you wouldn't even see. She would like set you up perfectly for it, and then bam, you get hit with like this like zinger, you know? Like one time she was like going like this. I was like, "Bella, are you all right?" "Yeah, yeah." I was like, "What of it?" She's like, "It just smells really bad." I was like, "What really smells really bad?" And she's like, "You."
Dang.
So she was really funny, and I saw that you told the story. She was diagnosed about 2 years ago with something called DIPG, which is an aggressive form of childhood brain cancer. It has a 95% fatality. No, there was when she was diagnosed, there was no COVID. Um, uh, she had like a 95%. DIPG had like a 95% fatality rate. For kids within the first 5 years, and the kids that make it past 5 years, there's not really anyone that lives much longer. Once you get diagnosed with DIPG, it's in your brainstem, so they can't remove it, and they can treat it with radiation and stuff, but it just doesn't work. There's a lot of like new research going on into like onc 201 or whatever, like T cells and stuff like that, but um none of it really worked. And she was diagnosed around this time because she kept on having headaches, and they kept on taking her back, and they used to, "Oh, it's migraines, blah blah blah," you know it's migraines. And then she finally got a MRI, and there was a massive tumor on her brainstem, and they kind of knew what it was. So she withered away, and just over those months, I mean, she was diagnosed in June, and she died in February of the next year, and it was it was just it was hard. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, Corn Pop wants to know what caused it. They're not really sure what causes the DIPG. It's very rare, so there's not a lot of research that goes into it
Hmm.
because it's so rare.
And somebody mentioned, I think I heard you already address it, but somebody asked if she was vaxxed, but she actually passed away like right before COVID, right?
No, she passed away during COVID,
Okay.
but um,
It was definitely before the vax was even available, though.
the vaccine was available,
Okay, but
but
not for children at that
yeah,
point.
well, she couldn't get it anyway because they didn't want to give her anything anyway. But yeah, plus her dad is no, her dad would never ever let them get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Um, he's one of us guys.
Yeah.
um, I mean, she ate. I mean, her dad is like all organic, all natural. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No processed food or anything else like that. Um, but what the most like the conventional wisdom in science is that it's just a random mutation that you can't really they can't find anything that directly causes it, and it's not really hereditary. It's just a random mutation. It's just unlucky lottery.
Yeah.
So yeah. So she passed away in February, like a week after my birthday. Um, so I spent my birthday up there with her before she died. We rushed up there on my birthday. We got up there and we thought that she was gonna die, and she got a little bit stronger. So we were like, okay, well, we're gonna go home, and then for a week, then we'll go back up. So we came back down to Virginia, and when we got to Virginia, like a day later, they're like, you got to come back up here. So we jumped in the car, we drove back up to New York, and by the time we got there, didn't when we went back, she went in the hospital that night. So we got back up there. I never got to see her again because she she fought in the hospital for like a week, but because of COVID restrictions,
Mm.
no one could. They let her little sister go, say goodbye to her, and the grandparents say goodbye to her. But we
Wow.
waited, and that Saturday we're sitting on the couch. We're sitting there with my brother-in-law, not her dad, but my wife's brother, and we got a text, and it said, "Our heaven got a new angel," and
Mm.
that was
Damn.
at like 8 o'clock at night. And then they came home, and her little sister came out and said, "Who's staying with Bella?" Because the parents were taking turns sleeping in.
Yeah.
Um,
Damn.
but she was very, very well loved. She had a bunch of friends, and like of anything that a kid could say, anything a kid could say, you know, what is your make a wish? I mean, she could have said, I want to go to Disney World, I want to go here, I want to go there. And she
Yeah.
said, and this is when she was still well enough to like travel, whatnot. And she said, "Oh, but they're like, do you want to go do this? Do you want to do that? Do you want this? Do you want that?" And she says, I just want to, and this is one of the things she said, I just want to give other kids good give other sick kids toys, and I just want them to be happy.
Damn.
So basically, her last wish was to give kids toys because she wanted to make other people happy, and that's who she was.
And these are families that are going through
Yeah, it's Ronald
the.
McDonald House. They helped out a lot with, like, because my brother-in-law. I mean, and my sister-in-law. You can imagine that they are, were like a wrecks, and the
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald House helped them out. tremendously. So it took a while because honestly, we're still grieving.
Yeah.
We're still grieving. But we're trying to make her wish come true, and that's why I registered bellaswish.org. Just because that was her that was literally her final wish. I mean, she could have asked for anything, and what she wanted was other kids to be happy.
Yeah. I mean, that's huge, man. That's
I mean, she was buried in her first communion dress. It was like beautiful.
yeah, that's why I kind of wanted, you to come on and be
Yeah.
able to convey the message that I couldn't necessarily convey, and the way that we can help Bella. And the other thing I actually think is really cool is that you guys are having Bella's younger sister hand deliver the toys with Bella's mom.
Yeah, so Sophia is going to, and Sophia and her were like such close friends. And Sophia hurts so bad. I can still see how bad. One of the saddest things was they let the family spend some time, before they let everyone else in for the wake.
Mhm.
And just walking in, and during the whole wake, Sophia, her little sister, just sat there holding her hand
Damn.
during the whole entire time, and she just like sat there, like kneeled down next to Bella and just held her hand the whole entire wake.
Sad shit, man.
So we're gonna be doing this. We're gonna do this every year from now on. And we're even gonna do some type of nonprofit that I'm still working that out.
Are you really?
Yeah. Yeah, we're still gonna figure out what to do, whether it's, raise money for research or whatever, or maybe just, doing stuff for families of kids with DIPG and like in childhood cancer, because childhood cancer really, really sucks.
Dude.
I mean, it's hard. I lost my dad recently, and that is hard. So I don't want to like say that's not hard, but it's hard. But I can't. I mean, like losing a kid. I mean, I can't imagine.
No. It's too much for anybody to endure.
Yeah. Well, what a lot of people don't know is Nikki's was my third, but we lost the middle child very early. So
Damn.
not really. I don't really talk about that, and I probably would never talk about that again on stream because it sucks. So I kind of have an idea what they went through, but Bella was here for like 9 years.
9. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like 6 to 8 or.
No, it's 9.
Damn.
So I mean, we gotta do something. I mean, it's just sad to watch someone wither away. I mean, somebody so full of life. On Thanksgiving, we were up there for Thanksgiving, and she was dancing around, and then we went home and came back up there for Christmas.
Mhm.
And Christmas, she had to be carried to and from the couch or whatever.
Mhm.
She couldn't even walk. So, like within that 1 month, she was a happy little girl. I mean, she still had cancer and everything, but she was happy and she could still dance and everything else like that. And then a
Yeah.
month later, she couldn't even walk. Then 2 months after that, she was gone.
Dude, that is so aggressive. That is like such an aggressive form of cancer. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's very aggressive.
I couldn't imagine actually like watching that as a family member, man. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, just she lost a lot of weight, and she used to like do swim and everything else. And
It broke up.
all swim thing stopped because of COVID, and one of her swim
You
teachers,
still there?
me, Can you hear me?
Company. There we go. I lost you for a
Yeah.
second.
No, one of the I don't know. One of her swim teachers ran into my sister-in-law like a week ago, and she was like, "Oh, how's Bella doing?" And then
Dude,
it was sad. But just the reminders are everywhere.
yeah. I could not imagine that shit.
And
Like,
I edit videos, so I did a very, very nice video for that they played at the funeral, and
oh well.
that video, I mean, it was it took me like I worked on it for like hours and hours a day. And the reason why, it's not because it was like fancy editing, it's just that every time I would edit a little part, I would break down.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I mean, it's the least you can do in a situation like this, man. That is fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah,
But this is a way that we can honor her.
it's definitely a way to honor her, and I felt bad that it took us so long to get this going, but it was just too hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good. I
So
think we'll be able to make some good contributions tonight. We probably already have.
I hope
Um,
so.
yeah, I'm not sure if you can keep an eye on that, like as far as like the records of like how much stuff has
Uh,
sold, but I know.
just from like you know, like what shows up.
Okay, okay, gotcha. Well, guys, if you could take a moment and go to bellaswish.org, it's really important not only for honoring Bella, but also for the other people that would be involved, right? Like for the you know just everyone is going to be making a huge impact on other people's lives, and that's what she wanted.
And I appreciate every single every single person out there.
Yeah,
Every single person, whether you can give or even if you just share it, if you can't. I understand not everyone's in the position to buy anything. There's some stuff on there that's like relatively cheap, but still, I mean, every dollar counts for some people. So even if you don't or can't share or don't feel like sharing, which is no big deal, I understand. But if you could share the list, I would appreciate that. Just to be
yeah,
like, hey, look, go back and watch some of the podcasts with her. And I guarantee you guys would fall in love with her. If that's
I will. I hadn't seen her on any of your shows in the past, and I will. I definitely will. Do you remember which like
oh,
episode?
there's a bunch of them. Mostly before I rebranded.
Okay.
I
I
th-
don't think
well, yeah, like I think all of them before rebranded, because one of the reason why I rebranded, and no one even knows this. It used to be called Fireside Chats,
hmm
and I changed it because I just seeing those episodes were just too hard.
Yeah, I can imagine, man. That's something that no parent and no family member should have to go through. It's
Yeah,
fucking terrible, man. But we can still honor her by contributing and helping other families, and I would encourage you guys to do so. The mods have been dropping the link in chat, and I appreciate all you guys. Anything you can do would be a huge help, whether it's the $6 uh, OMG girl, LOL girl, little surprise ball, or one of the sets of books, or anything. They have a lot of Melissa and Doug toys that are great for kids, and kids like that need to focus on like development and keeping them busy and focused, and those types of toys are perfect. And most of them were like 12 to 20 bucks. So it's very, very affordable. And you guys will be making a big impact when you do it. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm struggling, man.
No. I just wanted to jump on and say congratulations. I didn't expect to go into that big, long-winded thing. I'm sorry about that.
No, honestly, it's important, man. I appreciate you and everything you do for us, the
Thank you.
community, and we need to turn around and provide you with the same level of support as well. So we'll do whatever we can to help. I'll also personally go on and get something as well. And guys, just everyone in chat, thank you. Please donate so Dark can buy some degree deodorant and children books as in his Amazon wish list. I actually don't have an Amazon wish list, believe it or not, which could be the reason that we ask for people to get. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Crumpy, you want to take a quick second to just remind everyone who you are, what you do, where they can find you, and all that.
Kurt, it's on the live channel, John Crump Live.
Yeah.
But no, you can find me at John Crump Live and John Crump News. Read my stuff at Ammoland, and anything you guys need, just hit me up if you have some juicy tip that you don't want your information to be public and you want to do it through encrypted means. You can go ahead and go to and email me. Oh, by the way, I got a bone to pick with you. Man, you're supposed to be looking through that stuff. How did you miss the Hunter Biden naked prostitute high with the gun video?
What?
That was in the laptop.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't gone back to it, man, at all.
Yeah.
I forgot. I promised you that I would go back to it, and I just have not been able to. I don't know if I told you, but I've been having to quarantine with me, my wife, and my daughter. I've not even been able to work.
Yeah, I heard. I mean, that sucks.
Dude, it sucks so bad, man. It's like, oh, it's driving me crazy. And like the way that like it's so broken. They're like, oh, if you're unvaccinated, you have to wait 10 days. If you're let's say if you have one vaccine or partial vaccine, then you can come back in 5 days. If you're fully vaccinated, you can just fucking come back. I'm like, dude, you guys realize like that you're just taking fucking guesses on what motherfuckers can do. Like, it drives me nuts. Like, oh my god, it's
Dude,
crazy.
StreamYard have a new feature.
What's that?
Hover your mouse over like my picture or your picture towards the top, like middle, top middle.
Top middle.
Yeah. So you can pop out the picture to put in picture in picture.
What? I'm missing this. Where is it located?
I'll show you. Hold on. Let me just share my screen here. All right, this is going to be kind of weird, but watch. And then I can drag it around.
What?
Yeah. That's just the middle, like right here, see? Like on mine. Like, well, no, I can't even see.
It's really hard to see.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So, like right here, if I hit right here,
Yep.
see a little white box, boom.
Damn, yeah.
And then I can just drag it around.
Hold on.
Something new they added.
Oh yeah.
And then you have you have the controls, so you can like mute,
yeah.
adjust everything. You can hang up directly from there.
It is not on my
What's that pause
laptop.
button?
So I think I'm just sitting here with an old ass laptop. You said you got a bone to pick with me?
Me?
Yeah, I think you said you got a bone to pick with me prior to that.
Probably just some dumbass joke.
Oh, okay. Well, please, if you would, guys, make sure we support Crump. Make sure we support Bella's family. This is really important to them, and this is important to all the families that would be receiving gifts during quite possibly the darkest and most difficult times like of their life. So it'll make a huge impact. And I always tell you guys, a hand that's open to give is open to receive. So, make sure that you bless others, and you'll be blessed in return. John, anything else to go before we cut out?
No, not at all.
All right, well, I appreciate you coming on and taking the time to talk about Bella and the stories, and I think that's really important. And in the past, for me, that's been really therapeutic when I'm talking about loved ones that have passed on. So I don't know, it's tough, man. So I hope you and your family find peace and stuff, man. But all you other guys out there, I'm going to close the stream the same way I always do, which is rule number 1 is be kind. Always be kind. You never know the person on the other side of your interaction. By you just simply being kind, it is the only thing that you can do that is completely free with the highest return on investment. You can literally change somebody's life just by being kind and give your random acts of kindness. It's important. Also live a life of care, contribution, and compassion. Give to others, bless others, and you'll be blessed in return, because a hand that's open to give is open to receive. Also, we know that the only way for us to combat evil is with good men skilled in violence. So make sure that you are becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be. And as always, be safe.
Can I give one shout out?
Keep that thing on you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been watching the live stream, and Kimball, thank you so much for sharing that link so much.
Yeah, man. He's been on it. All you guys, man. All the mods have been fucking on it, and appreciate all you guys. Oh yeah. Mike McClune, come on, PLA. Too many choices. T for Texas, Dirt McGirt, Gert Chop, Kimball, Jeff Cron, Bacon, Corn Pop, all you guys. I'm just gonna go through and say your names a bunch of times, but oh shit. Oops. Love all y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, and you guys be safe out there. We know we're headed to a not so bright future, so let's take control. Do what we can to just be safe. Love y'all. Take it easy. Peace.